Hey guys, it's Juan here. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to talk about why am I a feminist. So there are a lot of really good reasons why am I a feminist, why I've always been about girl power, why I always stuck up so much for girls. And for the first one to start off, it's always because ever since I was a little boy, I've basically have only known about the girl world, like like the whole things it is with like girly vibes, everything that's like super feminine. That's how come I feel like, in my point of view, not only because like in every guy there's always a feminine side, but I feel like for me it has always stuck out even more, not only because of that, and mine was always a little bit stronger than in other dudes, also because the fact that I grew up in a family where there are mainly way more women than men, especially in my mom's side, that I've always had more girl cousins rather than guy cousins, and for some reason I would always want to be closer more to my girl cousins than my guy cousins. and I would always, and it's understandable, because if that's like the only thing you know and the only thing you're around, because usually like what they say, what you are surrounded by, that also becomes a part of you, or that makes who you are, which I 110% agree. Another reason why I'm a feminist is also because the fact that I have girl cousins, and the fact that I did come out of a female, which is my mother, and that I have a sister, also because I would always stick up for them and always be chained like, woo, girl power on any situation. And I would stick up for them, and I would really see what struggle it is to be a woman, because in my opinion, I believe that it's harder and you have to be a lot stronger to be a woman than it is to be a man, because women they tend to get judged more, especially with appearances and stuff. And they tended to go through more struggles with body shaming and with how you look like, and even in the old ages, I believe that they were more forced to wear makeup than they are now, and the fact that they have that they are the ones that end up carrying the baby and not the man, and they are the ones who wear high heels, and men don't really wear high heels. But even though I heard that back in the day, like, men would wear heels, but the thing is, like, you go into a store and you go into the men's sections, you don't really find heels. Not like in women that they have heels. So that's why I believe that, like, in my opinion, why I believe that women are stronger than men. And also, I applaud that the fact that they tend to be way more mature at a faster pace than most men are. And I've seen that in a lot of cases, especially like even when I would go to school, and this is that I've only been to a public school in my life, and I remember in elementary, middle school, and high school, I would notice that the girls would mature way faster than boys ever will. Like some boys, yeah, like I matured pretty quickly, but like I've noticed for the most part, it's mainly girls that they mature a lot quicker. And I remember seeing that at school, how I would see like 14-year-old boys that would still like do crazy stuff, and girls can too, but like for some reason, like I remember sitting in a classroom, like 99% of the time, the loud ones, the one that would always cause disruption in the classroom, it would mainly be boys. It wouldn't really mainly be girls. And how I also knew I was a feminist is because even growing up, when I would go to school, I remember that I would always want to be near the girls, because for some reason, like, it's that's what I always liked, like the maturity. Like, they don't really most of them, they don't really tend to like pick on you or make fun of you as much, or through my experience. And they would be even way more accepting at times with any situation or who you are as a human being. And that's what what makes it really special to me. And another reason why I say that I'm a feminist is also because I have noticed that growing up as a child, that I would always look up to women celebrities in general over basically any male celebrity. And I would see all the struggles they've went through to make it there, and they made it happen. Like Oprah, that she went from a news reporter and she was declined a job from her news reporting, something like that, and then she became the biggest host show in basically in American history. And then other women like Ellen DeGeneres, that she was able to come out during a time, even though in 1997 it was still like we were still in like the modern era, but like during a time where being a lesbian or being gay really still wasn't accepting. And in the era where people would still say, oh, this is my partner, instead of really how it should be. It's like, oh, an example, oh, he's my boyfriend, or period, or she's my girlfriend, and like done. Like, what's really the big deal if no one has the right or even the business to even play around with who you are and your life decisions and problems. And another like woman celebrity I've always looked up to so much is Selena, because she's, I feel like, I don't know if she's the few or maybe like the only Mexican American singer who made such an impact into the Hispanic community, to finally have a singer that sort of looks like in the public. And I can relate to Selena so much, and that's why I love Selena so much, because not only she's brown, dark hair, dark eyes, and a little bit tan like I am, is also because she loved to dance. So she wasn't choreographed, and I love to dance, and I don't really do choreography either, and I can relate to her so much. Even with little things, how she would talk about how, oh, I could eat a whole medium pizza by myself. I've eaten a whole medium pizza by myself, and that's one of like my go-tos, like being able to even have a whole medium pizza by yourself, and a Coca-Cola. Like that makes it just so like beautiful. And her vibe in general, that like she was so sweet, and that I am too. But the thing is, I've had to stand my ground a little bit more because of all the people who have taken advantage of me and have used me and have hurt me throughout the way. So that's how come I'm a little bit more selective with who I am around with. And then another woman celebrity I've always looked up to would have to be Lady Gaga. Like especially how she never cared, how she would wear all those like colorful costumes, and she never really cared what the public said, because she would even say herself that the point is when you're in the entertainment industry is to entertain, and to put on a show, and that's really the point. And that's what I love about her, that she goes all out and she doesn't care, and she has such a beautiful voice as she sings. And another female celebrity also I would like to talk about is Jenny Rivera. I love Jenny Rivera so much, not only her music as a regional Mexican singer, and how she never forgot her roots, like how Selena did, being a single mom in Long Beach, and she went from living in a garage with her only daughter at the time, at only 15 years old, and then she ends up living in a mansion in Encino with her 5 kids, and she was doing it all with being a single mother with 5 kids. And that really inspires me and impacts me, that if you really want to do something in life, you gotta go for it. You gotta hustle. You gotta you gotta play in your whole part. And you gotta hustle. You gotta play your own part. And finally, so those are the main reasons why I've been such a feminist, and I look up to way more women than men, because they really have shown me wow, you can do this. And another, even though she isn't really a celebrity, but even book authors, I've seen even interviews with book authors. A good example is Sandra Cisneros. What I've also loved about her so much is that it is she was able, how she talked about in the book The House on Mango Street, that it was about her life, but it wasn't an autobiography. She did a historical fiction book with what really happened within her life as growing up as a Mexican American in Chicago, and not really fitting in, how it doesn't really feel like home. And I felt like that too, growing up as a Nicaraguan Spaniard American in Miami, and the fact that Miami in general, even though you have other Hispanics too, but it was always mainly a Cuban population, and I really never felt a part of the community. And especially how I would even sometimes get nasty looks for saying weird different words in Spanish, but that they wouldn't use. And you can't really blame for me for it, because the Spanish that I grew up with was Nicaraguan and Nicaraguan Spanish, and even sometimes Spaniard Spanish, and it would just mix in a bit. And then sometimes I would steal vocabulary from different countries, from different countries, and I would even get nasty looks. And sometimes people say, oh, here in Miami, this is this protective bubble. That is so not true, because even with those with that life story Sandra Cisneros talked about in her book of The House on Mango Street, I can relate to that, too. And oh my god, and sometimes I've heard people say here here people really don't say oh, you look Mexican or whatnot. But let me tell you something, I've been called more Mexican here than I ever was Cuban. I was barely ever called Cuban. Even when I would tell my old friends or classmates or whoever, when I would tell them, oh, so-and-so thought I was Cuban, they even completely disagree, because I was so detached from this community. And this is the end of my Why Am I a Feminist video. I hope you like it. Go comment, and subscribe. Share it. Show the whole world. And I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.